Hello children, today in this video I will start chapter number 15, Some Natural Phenomena. In this chapter we'll study about the concept of lightning, earthquake and the process of transfer of charge from one object to the another one. After that, we'll study also the precautions taken during the process of lightning and earthquake. And one more that we'll study that about the lightning conductor, how tall buildings are protected by the effect of lightning. So this all about we are going to study in this chapter, some natural phenomena. So first of all, let's study some natural destructive phenomena. So children, you have read about winds, storms and cyclone in your last class, and you have also learned that how much damage is caused due to the cyclones, even the large amount of damage to human life and property is there. So some natural destructive phenomena we are going to study here. First is lightning and second is earthquake. So let's discuss first of all what is lightning. So lightning is a streak of bright light and sound by electric discharge between the cloud and earth or between the different clouds. So there is an various concept regarding the lightning also. In ancient time, people do not able to understand the concept of spark, so they just afraid of lightning. Okay, but now they are able to understand that lightning is caused by the accumulation of charges in the cloud, and there is no need to afraid of lightning. Second concept comes earthquake. Earthquake is a sudden shaking or trembling of the earth caused due to the disturbance between deep inside the earth's crust. So we can say that earthquake is also a very natural disaster. It again cause a lot of damage to human life and property. So about these two natural phenomena we are going to discuss about in this chapter. So children, you can see the diagram also, how you can see the picture how much destruction is caused due to the lightning and earthquake. Next, first concept we'll study, that is a charging by rubbing. Means how the object get charged by rubbing it. Some object get charged by rubbing with other objects. When few of the objects are rubbed with another cloth like a woolen cloth or a polythene material or a silk cloth, they acquire charge. And then or you must have seen when the comb is rubbed against, or it is done in a dry hair 15 to 20 times, it acquire charge and can attract tiny bits of paper towards it. So this process is known as charging by friction. For example, let's take a plastic refill or a scale or a comb. When it is rubbed against a dry hair, it acquires charge and it can attract some tiny bits of paper towards it. You can do this experiment as the comb acquires charge when the dry hair are there. So it is a static charge, but that is not a permanent charge. It remain for some time only. The charges acquired by rubbing are static charges. When the charges move, that is electric current. So these charges are static by rubbing, they do not move. So these are the static only, and the charges which move, that is known as a electric current. Means electric current is a motion of charges through a conductor. So that we'll study in the chapter of electricity. So today, till this concept, different activities are given in your books. Even we can charge the different balloons, we can charge the refills, and we can see how the balloons get attracted or repelled by each other if they are charged with the different clothes or different materials. So children, will continue the next topic in the next class. Till then, you just revise the concept of lightning only. Thank you.